Yo, it's your boy Taryn the Black. This is Taryn. This is TTB After Dark, episode 5. Shout out to Rumble. Hold up. Let me get this straight. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to everywhere y'all find this at, man. So I'm gonna pick it back on a little stuff we talked about the other night about the Maduro raid, stuff going on in Minneapolis, including like the fallout on that. And there's a lot of stuff going on. Iran is on fire right now, There's a couple things. So when we're talking about the Maduro raid, the Maduro capture, the former president, I should say, of Venezuela. That might not even be accurate saying that, but hey, pretty much he in our custody, put it that way. But like the after effects, what will happen? What's going to be the long-term down effects of this situation? And one of the things I brought up was the Cuba situation. So the Cuban president, matter of fact, let me get his name right. Hold up. Cuban president Diaz-Canel. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Had this to say.
Y tenemos que empezar a cambiar desde el partido. Es que nosotros tenemos que lograr que nuestra militancia y nuestras organizaciones bases no.
So basically, this I thought it already translated. So basically, he was saying, hey, maybe we need to start thinking, about what's wrong with Cuba, if it's their fault or not. So now he's changed his tune. It might be a little situation we do some trade with Cuba if they change up. So if that happened, you talk about a game changing, like history changing type of move. Is if Trump could get some type of deal with Cuba and Cuba start reforming, get rid of some of the communism, get more open, and then that could be a crazy situation. I don't know if it ever happened, but hey, if you want peace, I mean, which we've been having peace anyway, go with Cuba or without Cuba, but like this could be one of them history changing moments we're gonna remember for the rest of our lives type situation, So yeah, this is a start. I'm not really no telling what's gonna happen with that. Like this person just said, time will tell. So yeah, that's a crazy scenario. And speaking of other crazy scenarios, bam. So basically, this is going on Iran right now. So apparently they're burning down government official buildings and stuff. The zombie Republican regime buildings. And there's a lot of stuff going on with this. Hold on, I could go ahead and go to that right now. Let's see. I do this.
Berlin Wall, and the media isn't really. The Iranian Revolution is probably the most influential global event since the fall of the Berlin Wall, and the media isn't really covering it because you are easier to control if you are ignorant. They don't want you to know that the Islamic Revolution of 1979 wasn't led by open calls for theocracy. It was led by promises of free buses, free electricity, redistribution of wealth, as well as a return to traditional and religious influence over the government. They don't want you to know that Marxists, nationalists, and traditionalists all work together to uplift the regime despite their differences on the surface, because they all had one thing in common: they all hated the West. They don't want you to know that as soon as the dictatorship began, the first things to go were free speech, free press, and freedom of expression. They don't want you to know that many of the people who supported the Islamic regime gaining power were some of the first people to be rounded up and executed. They don't want you to know about the regret, oppression, and poverty Iranians have faced for the past almost 50 years. They don't want you to know that Iranians are fighting now for the freedom that so many people in the US take for granted, because many of the people who are silent want the US to be more like Iran, and they are succeeding. In the US, we have seen a growing coalition of nationalists, socialists, and jihadists who on the surface seem like they have nothing in common. But they all come together to demonize our allies, smear the Constitution, and poison American culture because they all hate the West. And they would rather our country turn into a third world dystopia than to allow people to live freely in a way that hurts their feelings. So they hide behind false promises and whitewash global atrocities because they don't want people to know what's happening, and by the time people realize what they've gotten themselves into, it will be too late. And I'm not saying that America is going to turn into an Islamic theocracy, but we are certainly heading down a path that is leading towards a similar type of authoritarianism, or potentially something even worse. And we cannot let that happen. So keep all eyes on Iran, because this revolution can change the world. It would free the people of Iran, it would decapitate financing for global terrorism, and it would demoralize enemies of the West. So we need to send all of the support that we can to these freedom fighters and let them know that those of us who support humanity are on their side.
So this kind of hit somewhat hard to me because I have a good good friend that's Iranian Afghani, and like his family left over there due to like they were part of the Shah, the government stuff, and like he good people and everything, and like I hear the stories like how it was over there and everything, and he never like what he been told because he never really lived there because he's younger than me, so he doesn't really know like fully what how it was, but like it's crazy, and I hope like I said, that's another game changing moment. If I mean that's one of the biggest blemishes in American history was the hostage taking of the embassy in Tehran. That was one of the biggest blemish, especially modern times or whatnot. So apparently, man, it's going down over there. Like, hold up, this is from Mario Nafal. Tehran that's crazy. The name is Tehran. I don't want my mama had a little sense of humor on that one. It's ringing with gunfire as protests hit a boiling point. Iran is going full throttle tonight. Protests exploded across more than 100 cities, the most intense yet. And now heavy gunfire echoes through Tehran streets packed with massive crowds. People risking all against the regime, storming governor headquarters, torching police riots, building barricades. The IRGC, Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the elite hardcore lawyers who crush dissents and guard the clerics, reported unloaded on protesters. Oh shit, it's getting. Party market odds spiked to 55%. Kalamani, yeah. I forgot. Yeah, it's the other one's another name. Falls this year. Forces stretched in. Some even clap for crowds somewhere elsewhere. So this is basically what he's talking about. Yeah, it's going down over there. And I don't know how true this is, but apparently Iran shut down internet and disabled phone lines, cutting the communication across the country. So if that's true, it's getting real. I showed that already. Let's see. Oh, here's another one. Here's another video. Hold on. Oh man. Here we go. So this let's see. Now I don't know this to be like going on right now, but this, I just saw this. This was in the Iran, the whole protest stuff. So here we go. So we'll see. Like it's going around everywhere. So this, like I said, this is one of those situations where one thing could change the whole dynamic. Cause like they all these Iran, Cuba, I believe Cuba's in BRICS too. They all connected. Like Cuba literally get all their oil from Venezuela. So it makes sense like they changed their tune because now like we could cut the spigot off there at any time. So yeah, I mean, and plus that limits Russia. Like Russia is apparently going. It's something happened with Russia about they shot missiles or something like that. I'm trying to find a story on that. See if that's even. Let's see. Let's see. Russia freaking. Yeah, and far as okay, this just dropped. This just dropped right here. I don't know this being no news. So apparently, Russia they did another missile. They in war, so it makes sense. So I thought I saw something about them doing something to Poland. So I don't know, you know, we leave that where it is that they in war. But like, yeah, the world going crazy right now. And more on the home front now, we got a little bit of stuff going on. Like Hollywood been talking about the Jimmy Kimmel and everybody. They claiming that it's a lot of people just throwing out. They're not even looking at the facts. They're just going with their feelings right now. And this it's sad because like I think a lot of people kind of want this to get blown up. Like what I'm talking about is the Minnesota situation. It's a lot of news out there. Like the DOJ just referred criminal. Let me make sure I get that right. Let's see. So this just dropped earlier. DOJ says more. Hold on, when this happened? Oh, that was that. It's this day. Hold up, it's something else. It's not that. I just had it. There you go. So is this the same thing? Rep. Luna told Newsmax on Thursday that she and other House Oversight Committee members have asked the Department of Justice to investigate Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison, accusing the state's top officials of obstructing federal scrutiny of alleged fraud ties to social services. Luna made a comment on Newsline while discussing protests tied to immigration, customs enforcement, and what she described a broader pattern of resistance to fraud inquiries in Minnesota. Quote, of course, we actually just yesterday referred both the AG and Tim Walz to the Department of Justice for investigation. Obviously, obstructing federal law, intentionally turning down what they knew as law. That's fraud. So I think according to somebody had they had the whole like the whistleblowers that were trying to bring up a lot of the fraud in Minnesota, and they were getting kind of stonewalled. So we're gonna see, man. We'll see about that. And it's so everybody been commenting on the whole situation with the pro I don't know what you call her, protester, activist, the lady that got unlocked by the ICE agents. And shout out to Tim Pool, he had a good breakdown of like frame by frame breakdown of the video of the whole situation, the shooting, and everything. I highly suggest watching that. Like if y'all have any questions of if it's a justified situation, I mean, it's hard to watch. I don't like watching stuff like that personally. It's not that I'm like weak minded on that type of situation. Just that's somebody that lost their life for basically not doing what they need to be doing. And that's just the way I feel about it. Like it's like this, right? If law enforcement in general, even if you got warrants, you out here, you out here riding dirt and everything. If you get to a situation where they are by the side of your car or somewhere in the front of your car, even if it's not directly in the front, you kind of want to probably comply that part just because of the situation. Like that situation gonna go. If you run, it's going to go south because you boxed in. It's just I don't get the whole like. I don't get going to protests or do anything of that nature while I have kids at home. I do not understand that. I don't understand that part of the game. I'm not gonna lie to y'all about that. And I'm not saying, and see, some people might point out, but well, sometimes you don't. I mean, it's kind of bad to comply. I mean, I understand that. This is why I'm an advocate. Like, if you drive, like when you drive and stuff, get a dash cam, get stuff that's going to defend you when you're dealing with either theft, defend you when you're dealing with the police. Just something that you could be calm and deal with the situation. You know what I mean? Instead of like that whole situation would probably wouldn't happen if she she decided she wanted to be a mom. She wanted to just take care of her kids, teach them the right way, do her responsibility. I understand, like sometimes there are times to be called into action, like go protest and stuff. It's times for that. I'm not gonna say there's not times for that, but when it's just not a good idea to block law enforcement, obstruct law enforcement. It's just not a good idea. And it's not. I hope it don't sound like I'm, bootlicking and all that stupid shit, man. It's just you want to get home to your people, man. You got kids depending on you that love you. If you especially they don't show it, man. You if you love your kids, why even be out there? But this basic Sheriff Grady Judge, he's gonna break it down. It's unfortunate, though, man. I'm not over here gloating about the situation and thing because that's just not a good situation.
Let's do this. Let's send out the message loud and clear. And it should start with the mayor, the police chief, the local sheriff, and the governor of Minnesota. Cooperate with law enforcement officers. Don't resist them. Don't violently resist them. If you do violently resist them, if you do felonious assaults with 2-ton weapons, expect to be shot. Hello, everyone. Sheriff Grady Judd here. I've been asked by media outlets and several people to comment on the event that occurred in Minneapolis yesterday. Let me make one thing abundantly clear. You have to be accountable for your conduct. And that starts with the mayor. Did you hear his filthy talk? Did you hear his filthy, uninformed talk yesterday to the people not only of the city and the state, but across the nation? Shame on you. That's lack of professionalism. Now let's look at the event. The investigation's not complete. I am giving you context.
I slow down on that. Like that mayor, man, real shit. That part actually did kind of infuriate me a little bit, just because it's almost like you was trying to fan the flames. I hate to sound that way, but maybe I'm outlined. You know what? I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there yet. I let the sheriff keep on, because that kind of irritated me.
Text on the video clip that I saw. Law enforcement officers, federal law enforcement officers, ICE agents, were trying to take the occupant of the car out of the vehicle. During this encounter, the vehicle backed up and then drove directly at the ICE agent. That is a deadly weapon.
Yep.
A 2-ton deadly weapon. So what did the occupant expect? They should have expected to be shot when you commit a deadly assault on a law enforcement officer. Mm-hmm. So let's do this. Let's send out the message loud and clear. And it should start with the mayor, the police chief, the local sheriff, and the governor of Minnesota. Cooperate with law enforcement officers. Don't resist them. Don't violently resist them. If you do violently resist them, if you do felonious assaults with 2-ton weapons, expect to be shot.
So a little bit more about that whole situation too. The dude that actually on the video, y'all go watch it. Actually, that she struck with the car slightly, and I mean she didn't go full-fledged. She couldn't because the ice. You see that in the video too. He actually had a situation where he got drugged by somebody he was trying to apprehend, and he survived it and everything. So if you add that onto the pile of political gumbo that is this situation, it's unfortunate, man. It's just unfortunate, dude. Like it's a bad situation, and apparently, like I was reading like some of the backstory of her, how she got to that point. And plus, like I believe her wife or whatever was the one that was filming. She was outside the car. She made some comments. I need to find that. Let's see. No. Yeah, she made some comments. She actually kind of blamed herself for persuading her to go out there and did what you did. Let's see. Renee. Hold up. Renee. Oh shit. Contact got dry on me. Let's see. Let's see. Where is it? That's not it. Let me go back. All right, we'll do. This New York Post, so
this is what Free Palestine means to Hamas.
Let's see. We know was filming. Simon, it's my fault after her partner was killed by ICE agent. Hold on. There we go.
Go now! I'm a physician!
Renee Nicole Good, the 37-year-old mother of three, fatally shot by an ICE agent in Minnesota Wednesday morning, was a stay-at-home mom who didn't show any signs of activism, according to family. Videos have gone viral of the shooting where Good was killed when she allegedly floored her Honda Pilot into a federal agent after blocking them in a residential Minneapolis neighborhood during an immigration operation. Good was shot in the head as she attempted to drive off, crashing into a parked car down the road. Born in Colorado Springs, Good, whose full name was Renee Nicole Macklin Good, was a devout Christian who took part in youth missions to Northern Ireland as a child. Good had 3 children, a 15-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old son with her first husband, and a 6-year-old son with her second. Good had moved to Valley Falls, Kansas with her parents after her second husband, who suffered from PTSD, died in 2023. She then moved to Kansas City, Missouri, before relocating to Minnesota last year and claimed on social media to be experiencing Minneapolis, displaying a pride flag emoji on her Instagram account. Her ex-husband said Good was a stay-at-home mother. The former spouse, who remained anonymous, never saw his ex-wife as an activist and didn't know her to participate in protests. He said Good and her current partner had just dropped off the 6-year-old at school before they encountered the ICE agents. Video following the shooting appeared to capture the heartbroken partner hysterically crying after Good's death.
Hey, was you riding with her? Did you call any of your people yet?
The Trump administration tagged Good as a domestic terrorist after the shooting. Today, ICE officers in Minneapolis were conducting targeted operations when rioters began blocking ICE officers, and one of these violent rioters weaponized her vehicle, attempting to run over our law enforcement officers in an attempt to kill them. An act of domestic terrorism, DHS Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs Tricia McLaughlin said in a statement. An ICE officer, fearing for his life, the lives of his fellow law enforcement, and the safety of the public, fired defensive shots. He used his training and saved his own life and that of his fellow officers. After the fatal shooting, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey launched a furious attack on ICE.
ICE, get the out of Minneapolis. We do not want you here. Your stated reason for being in this city is to create some kind of safety, and you are doing exactly the opposite.
Good was killed on her older sister's birthday, her uncle Robert Ganger told ABC Denver.
That's crazy.
Her parents described her as a caring human being who was killed in a stupid circumstance. Renee was one of the kindest people I've ever known, her mother, Donna Ganger, told the Star Tribune. She was extremely passionate. She's taken care of people all her life. She was loving, forgiving, and affectionate. She was an amazing human being. She was probably terrified, Ganger added, saying the circumstance of the death were so stupid.
Yeah, that shit is unfortunate. So, yeah, that whole scenario, and hey, please, like, I mean, I know it's like taboo on social media, big up somebody else, like video stuff, but I highly suggest y'all go and watch Tim Pool's breakdown of this tragic situation, man. He broke it down. There's a lot of people lying online trying to say it was this and this and this and this and that. But hey, yeah, unfortunate, but I don't know. That's all I got on that. Actually, I got more. I'm not telling the truth. I got a little bit more on this, but so we've been here. I've been hearing a lot of people calling for more people to go out there and protest over this and over that, and a lot of our community ain't having. A lot of my community ain't having it. So here we go.
Just like with George Floyd. We not gonna, what? We gonna tear this motherfucker up. That's what the fuck has to happen.
Oh no, that's not a George Floyd moment. I know you all want so bad to make it a George Floyd moment for illegal aliens. No, this is not that. You think we're gonna let and fight for people who come to our communities, disrespect our country, disrespect our communities, come in talking about they built this country, waving foreign flags, waving their flags in our face, coming to our communities, tearing up stuff, taking over apartment buildings, taking all our resources and telling us no more money for you, and coming in scamming the system while they live comfortably, living like millionaires and things like that off our tax dollars. You think that's what we're going to sit there and allow? And now, because we voted for Trump to come in and get illegal aliens up out of our community and up out of our country, and they're fighting back. Now, they won't go to their country and fight their government, but they're going to come and try to bring that lawlessness to our country and our communities while you got the cartels trying to take over our communities. And you think we're about to riot and tear up our communities for that? No, you're going to go back to where you came from. And we're going to treat it just like you all treated the Black communities. Remember when the George Floyd riot happened in Pilsen, a little village, they wouldn't even let Black people come over there to get go to the Walgreens to get their family members' medicine. Every Black person they saw riding through there, they shot at them, pulled them out of the cars, beat them up, told them that they couldn't come in their communities. No. We voted for this. And if you have domestic terrorists who feel like it's okay to block ICE officers, shoot at ICE officers, dox ICE officers, impede on ICE officers, obstruct ICE officers while they're doing their job, try to kill, run over ICE officers, if they think that's okay, then oh well. But no, I mean, I know You all don't have a cause, and you all are trying so bad to start a revolution that's not happening. See, we were able to start a revolution because we had a legit cause. Okay.
I'm pause it real quick. This it's funny. With the stuff she was saying, like when George Floyd stuff was going on, right? One of the craziest things was the lady used to do my locks. Like I have locks and stuff. They braided up right now, but we were just chit chatting. She was like heavily in like the protest. She was from Houston and stuff, from South Side. She go to protests and stuff. And I always try to pick people's brain, man, just to see where they're coming from, right? And she basically said that's the last time she gone to a protest, because like they were protesting, they were about to do a little march and stuff down Third Ward or whatnot, right? And she was telling me about the pallets of bricks that just showed up somewhere. And she wasn't the only one that said it. What up, Phoenix? She wasn't the only one that said it. And like we just chit chat. I said, oh yeah, it happened in Deep Ellum too. Cause I didn't know it, but nobody I knew went to none of those things. The closest. I never really said this online. I knew when the Dallas situation happened. I believe July 9th. One of the cops that dude popped at the protest, he worked out of my gym, and like he was good people. So like I kind of was like I got off the whole, I never really went to go protest and stuff, but I kind of got people like, hey man, this is something different or whatever. But like when they didn't really hear me to George Floyd really. The whole joke, because like there was a whole bunch of it was just pallets of bricks everywhere. Like literally every one of those protests, they found like pallets of bricks like strategically somewhere. So that turned a lot of people off. And then of course, what came about with the how the money was spent with the donations and everything, I wanted to get in that. But so when she's saying this, it's a lot of sentiment going on about just how that played out. Then now you seeing this stuff happening, people acting a fool up there in Minnesota, and it's always going to be a long road of trying to get people protesting in the cold anyway. Minnesota, I mean, we gonna look at the weather. It's probably 10 degrees at daytime. It'll be a little warmer, but yeah, it's cold up there. Nobody trying to protest in no cold.
Ancestors came over here as slaves and built this country. Okay, so we have a legit cause. You all don't. And if you think you're going to incentivize Black Americans to get involved with that garbage, no. Why would we get involved with somebody who came over here or were allowed over here to replace us, and we have to compete with them, and they're economically over us already, taking over our communities, taking over our resources, taking over our kids' future and replacing our kids' future with them, taking over the job market, taking over the trade market. And you think we're going to fight for that? And what country do they do that at? You try to go over there, Mexico, and take over all their resources as an American, go try to take over all their resources, take over their communities, and then see if they're going to fight with you. Fight their government on your behalf. No, they going if the government don't take care of you, they're going to take care of you. You think they're going to allow you to come over there and replace them? And you got these liberals calling for liberals and illegal aliens and foreigners calling for that in our country, in our communities. And you think the Americans, the real Americans, getting ready to go for that and finna fight for our demise? It's finna fight and for something that's going to eventually hurt us and replace us and saturate our vote and our voices in a country that we built, in a country that our ancestors built, died, fought for the rights that we do have? No, I don't know. I know you all want that really bad, but it's not happening. I don't know who you think you playing with. This is not a revolution. This is an evasion. So if you think you all going to bring that garbage here to Chicago, especially in our communities, I think you all better think twice, because we are definitely not having that. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you. So find another cause, find something else to do, because this grift that you all have, it's over with. All right. So no. God first, Americans first, America first, Chicagoans first, and Illinoisans first. That's how that goes. All right. It don't. So everybody, you know what? Illegal aliens have a choice to go back with their family and go back, and they get $3,000 with a free plane ride back to their country and come back the right way. Okay. So no.
That's crazy. They get $3,000. I didn't even know about that. So I want to say, was it Tuesday? I did a video about the Minnesota, the Hilton, the Hampton Inn in one of Minnesota's hotels. Yeah, they took down the what you call it, the sign. So that was a little up. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. They already got the sign down. Let's see. I think this is funny here. This had me chuckle a little bit.
Y'all knew it was coming. So here it is. I'm going to tell you. Fuck your feelings. Facts is facts. At the end of the day, I don't want to hear, oh, she had 3 kids, or she had a 6-year-old. She was a good mother. She wasn't considering any of that when she got her ass behind that wheel and started operating it and drove it at a fucking federal officer. That's simple. Fuck your feelings. What's going on in Minnesota, Minneapolis, wherever the fuck it is, where all them motherfuckers are snapping over the motherfucking daycare shit? Y'all created that shit. And the lady from Missouri, she got up there motherfucking, y'all, I'm gonna show you now. I just moved to Minnesota. I'm from the show me state. They showed her and put some holes in her motherfucking face. And now that bitch ain't got shit to say, and her kids are never gonna see their mom again. Why? Because she made a stupid motherfucking move. If it was a nigga, you'd have just said, that's a dumb nigga. He should have complied. Well, that was a dumb white bitch, and she should have fucking complied. And now she got what she got, and it is what it is. The bitch should have motherfucking listened. She should have got out the fucking car, complied, and she would have went on about her day, and her kids would be having motherfucking dinner with her ass. Instead, that bitch got holes in her motherfucking head, and she ain't here no more, and it is what it is. Fuck your feelings. Facts is facts. Get out their fucking way, let them do their fucking job, leave them people to fuck alone, and they ain't gonna fuck with you. You keep fucking with them, go on and drive a car to a motherfucking officer if you want to, and see if you don't catch some hot ones in your ass. It is.
Hey, I mean, I can't really disagree. Oh yeah, here's the other part. He said it's crazy. Hold up, let me go back. Yeah, he whoever this dude is, he broke it down.
Now, niggas, I need you to pay attention. You see right now, they're not talking about y'all in the media. It's because nobody gives a fuck about you motherfuckers until you do something stupid. I'm just saying, y'all always worried and complain about white folks. White folks don't give a fuck about what you're doing until you do something stupid. Right now, y'all getting beat by the Venezuelan war and the Somali motherfuckers. So y'all already being outdone. You've had a pretty great start to the year. Don't go fuck it up, because you're seeing. Fuck your feelings and how you feel about it. White folks don't give a fuck about you until you do stupid shit. Then nobody likes you because you're doing stupid shit. It's common sense. It is what it is. Y'all have a good weekend.
Hey, I applaud him. I applaud him because, hey, I'll be saying, I'm like, man, look. Oh, man. We need to be focused on our shit, man. We need to get our shit together all across the board. And another situation happened in Portland. Hold on, which is this Nick Sorter again. Oh yeah, I don't know if I showed it. I think I showed it yesterday. They Nick Short had to run up out of there because they were about to attack him in Minnesota. So this happened in Portland.
Again, according to Portland police, just before 2:30, officers received information that a man had been calling for help in this area, and they responded, found a male and a female with apparent gunshot wounds. Again, police and officers on scene worked to give people medical aid during this incident before they were transferred to area hospitals. Again, their conditions right now are still unknown.
Information as we can in the meantime.
Okay, Christina, thank you. The FBI has just released a tweet saying FBI Portland is investigating an agent-involved shooting that happened at approximately 2:15 near the 10,000 block of Main Street in Portland, involving Customs and Border Patrol agents, in which 2 individuals were.
Again.
Yeah, might be the same scenario. Man. Yeah, they're going to politicize that, unfortunately. So this is an ongoing thing. By the way, this is the last story I want to do because I'm about to finish watching this game, man. So I talked about the Iranian situation, the protests they doing over there, and this is more proof of it. Hold up.
وکیل‌آباد مشهد.
History tonight, man. I don't see if they got any live feeds somewhere. See. Oh no, not that. Let's see. All right.
Iranians rallied in the streets of the capital Tehran Thursday night after a call by the country's exiled crown prince for a mass demonstration. Internet access and telephone lines in Iran cut out immediately after, in a new escalation of the protests that have spread nationwide across the Islamic Republic. Cloudflare, an internet firm, and the advocacy group NetBlocks reported the internet outage, both attributing it to Iranian government interference.
و قطعا توجه کردید که ازدحام جمعیت باعث میشه که نیروها پس بروند و امکان ریزش رو به سمت شما بیشتر میکنند. بنابراین مهم استش که این انضباط و گستردگی رو حفظ بکنیم. من اولین فراخوان خود را امروز با شما در میان میگذارم و از شما دعوت میکنم که این جمعه و پنجشنبه 18 و 19 دی ماه را سر ساعت 8 شب همگی چه در خیابان‌ها یا حتی از منازل خودتون شروع به شعار سر دادن بکنید. در نتیجه بازخورد این حرکت‌ها من فراخوان‌های بعدی رو به شما اعلام خواهم کرد.
The protest represented the first test of whether the Iranian public could be swayed by Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, whose fatally ill father fled Iran just before the 1979 Islamic Revolution. Iranian officials appeared to be taking the planned protests seriously. The hardline Kayhan newspaper published a video online claiming security forces would use drones to identify those taking part.
Texas is feeling.
Oh man, she's getting real over there. See, I didn't see that video, so we're gonna see, man. I keep my eyes open. But that's pretty much all I got for the night. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate everybody that came and watched and everything. Hope it was informative towards y'all and everything. But yeah, y'all take care. Peace.